This is now being recorded. This is the Mill Hill School Building Committee, okay, with our special meeting being held on Wednesday, November 18th, on a teleconference basis at 6 p.m. I am Tom Quinn, the chair of the committee, and we will now go into our agenda, opening with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay. And I thank you all for a lot of good wishes that you all sent around for Veterans Day. And I did a couple of videos for a number of schools for Veterans Day, and it was a very moving time with the kids giving me about 60 handwritten Veterans Day best wishes. And since you couldn't reach out and touch anybody, it was the best thing you could do. So it was very nice. We're getting into our agenda, approval of invoices. I've got total invoices of $840,753.60. This is made up of Gilbane of $817,183.59, Silver Petrocelli $8,478.55, and Colliers $15,091.46. All these are within budget and consistent with our estimates. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll make a motion to approve, Melanie.
Melanie making a motion to approve. A second?
Sure, Heather, second.
Heather, second. Mark, you're taking the notes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the motion to approve invoices has been forwarded and seconded. Take comments from the committee. I mean, obviously Gilbane's the big spender. Rob, you want to talk to that? What did you get me for my $800,000? Rob?
Hey, sorry, say that again, Tom?
What did I get for my $800,000?
You got a bunch of material released. We have concrete and steel in place for the two additions, and I'll kind of fill you guys in on the rest under the project update.
Okay.
And site work. A lot of excavation and backfill.
Good. Okay. Any other comments from the committee? Not hearing any, we'll hold a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Against? Negatives, no votes. Okay, it's approved. The ATPs. All right, Mark, will you take us through those, please?
Yep, there are three of them. 22, 23, and 24 were approved after the last OAC meeting, and we have them on here for the committee for record. They are ATP 22, which is a request from Fairfield Public Schools to go with a different acoustical ceiling tile versus what was spec'd for a cost savings of $23,063. ATP 23, which was due to the review of the door and hardware submittals. It was a little bit protracted, and it was we need to expedite the shipping of the hollow metal frames to get them here so they can get in the walls. That cost is $7,173. ATP 24 is an existing unforeseen condition between the portables and the existing school. There was a clay stormwater pipe that was uncovered during excavation, and this cost is for the initial repair of it to make sure that it's back in one piece, and then this past weekend or the weekend before, they scoped it, put a TV camera in there to see where it went, to see if we found out that it was abandoned, so it was plugged and the hole was backfilled. So that cost was for $7,379.
Okay.
Again, those were all approved prior, and we just have it here for the committee. The last one is ATP 21, which is a wood door veneer revision. Due to value management during the cost estimating, we went with the lowest cost wood door veneer. It's a rotary cut, which looks more like a Rorschach test diagram than a door. The request came in or it was suggested to go to a rift cut, which has a more uniform cut and gets away from a lot of the graining that you would see on the door. That
and
cost
also
is $3.
Would be consistent with the schools that we've done in the last 3 years.
Correct.
To have the same
Correct.
type of door. Okay.
And again, it was done as a cost savings measures to get the project in under budget during the design phases. We bid pretty well, so the money is there, and to restore the wood doors to have parity with the other schools, the cost is $3,438,
Okay.
and that we'll need approval on.
Okay. So we've got then 4 items, which will net out to a positive $5,073, because
Correct.
The tile it was for $23,000 credit. Okay. Can I have a motion to approve, please?
I'll make a motion to approve. It's Jason.
Okay, Jason. Okay, I need a second to approve. Do I have a second,
This is
please?
Jeremy. I'll second.
Jeremy? Okay,
Yep.
good. Jeremy,
Sorry, I
second.
joined a few minutes late. Yeah.
No problem. Now I'll
Second.
take any questions to Mark or Robert or anybody from the committee on these items. They're basically cleanup items. We'll be doing this all year long, by the way. Any questions at all?
Tom, just mentioned it's David Stein. I'm not sure you heard me right before you clicked on record, so just letting you know I'm here, and if there's any questions for me,
Okay, good. Thank you, David.
I could address them. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. No, I didn't hear you, as a matter of fact. I welcome the day when I can actually see faces again. Okay, any questions from the committee? Not hearing any, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of approving the ATPs for 21, 22, 23, and 24, please say aye.
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 Opposed? No opposition. The ayes have it. Okay. Next in our agenda is the OCO4. Mark, you want to take that?
Yes, this covers 7 ATPs. That 5 of them were approved at the previous building committee meeting for ATP 19, which is the rock excavation, and the $3,020 is what the overage was of the allowance. So that would go against the project contingency. ATP 15, which was the exploratory coring at the Music Wing Foundation to see where the groundwater was, to see if we could locate the groundwater and to monitor the groundwater in the 90s edition. ATP 16 is the over-excavation of unsuitable soils at the underground storage tank at the kindergarten edition outside the boiler room. that was discovered during design. There was as they were excavating for the kindergarten, there was a pocket of unsuitables, which is organics and not contaminants.
Not contaminants, yeah.
It's not contaminants. And so GeoInsight, who is the geotech engineer, had the site subcontractor over-excavate at a cost which is beneficial for the foundations. You don't want the foundations on organic soils because they do break down and it'll settle. The cost for that is $6,740. ATP 18 is for the courtyard revisions, going from grass to the concrete courtyard. ATP 20 is for the excavation for the permanent power. This ultimately will come back to us in the when the electrician gives back the allowance for the power, for the permanent power. So this is just for the site contractor at a cost of $11,060, and then there are two ATPs that were just approved. The ATP 22 which is a credit of $23,063, which is the switching for the acoustical ceiling tile, and then ATP 24, which is the sanitary underground clay pipe. It was approved at $7,379, and due to some scope reduction that didn't need to take place, the actual cost came in at $5,488.
Okay. So, bottom line is we get to approve these twice, okay, as individual ATPs, and then as the overall OCO change. Is that correct, Mark?
Correct.
Mark? Yes. Okay. I was hoping I wasn't boring you and you fell asleep or whatever. But
all this talking, I had to take a drink of water.
Oh, okay. So I need a motion to approve again.
I'll make a
motion.
Okay.
Feel free to go with Jason.
Okay, Jason. Okay, second to that. Jeremy, was that you?
I'll second. Yeah, second. Yep.
Okay. Any questions on most of this, by the way, folks, so you all know, is accounting. And that's what we're doing, putting it from one ledger to another ledger. And thankfully, between Mark and Gerald Foley, they keep us on the straight path with these. But most of these, we're approving at least twice. Okay? But any questions on these particular items? Not hearing any, I will then ask for your approval. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, one more additional services for Silver Petrocelli, and that's the GeoInsight. You want to read that one?
And I do not have the information, so we can table this till next week or next meeting. Sorry.
You've got no paper, we can't approve it. Okay. Let's talk about the rest of the agenda, which is approval of meeting schedule. We need to elect officers, okay, and in open communication so everybody knows what's going on. A couple of you do know. I was diagnosed 2 weeks ago with growths on my lungs, which they believe is cancerous. I then signed up to do a biopsy last Monday, a week ago Monday actually. Went to the hospital, got there, and the surgeon came down and said, "This is very dangerous doing a biopsy and it's extremely dangerous for you, Mr. Gwynn, because of your lung disease. And she went on to tell me that if I was her father, she wouldn't let me do that. So I said, well, you know what, Doc? If the pilot doesn't want to fly, there's no reason I'm going to take the flight. So I got someone to pull out the IV and didn't take it. But eventually I will have to tackle this. But just so you know, I am falling apart, you know, in your eyesight. So that being said, our meeting schedule for next year, we're looking at Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. I'll take any comments, thoughts, changes from the committee on this.
We want to make sure our meetings on Tuesday nights don't interfere with other meetings, such as the BOE or BOF kind of meetings, so we can schedule those on the alternate weeks.
Yep. So would you take that on as projects as we're going to, if we approve meeting on Tuesdays, we're going to approve second and fourth Tuesday, or as changed, indicated by whatever you come up with in terms of meeting conflicts. Is that okay?
No problem.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. For the rest of the committee, how do you feel about 6 p.m. on Tuesdays? I don't care. Go ahead.
That works for me.
And I'm just sorry to hear that you're not 100%, Tom. That's, very upsetting, and, certainly sorry to hear it. We're thinking of you.
Yeah, same here. We'll be thinking about you, Tom.
Oh, well, thank you. But, hey, can't take a joke.
You're still going to be a pain in our butt, though, I have a feeling.
Yeah. I don't suspect you're going anywhere.
I'm the ultimate Peter, okay? So, but, in terms of the meeting, I have no problem with Tuesday. Is 6 p.m. Does that work for the guys?
Yep, fine here.
Okay.
Works for me, yeah.
Then I suggest that we vote on that. That next year's will be on Tuesdays, 6 p.m., and it will be on second and fourth Tuesday, dependent upon the evaluation from Jason of other meetings.
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Hi, it's Sal. Just as an FYI, typically because of budget, in the month of January, the board meets every Tuesday in January.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you want to make an adjustment for that or handle it as a special. The rest of the calendar is hit or miss which week of the month that they hold their meetings. Sometimes they do first and third. Sometimes they do second and fourth.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll let Jason get back to us with his recommendation.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you, Sal.
You're welcome.
Okay. All those in favor, as the motion is stand, or I guess somebody has to make that motion besides me.
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
The meetings are Tuesdays at 6, second and fourth.
All right. Second?
This is Jeremy. I'll second it.
Okay. We'll vote on that now. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
All righty. Opposed? None. So we're going to meet second and fourth Tuesdays at 6 p.m. next year. And that is dependent upon the meeting schedule that Jason comes up with as he looks to the other boards and commissions. The other one now is election of officers. I am going to run again for chair. Vice chair, I've got Jason and Melody. Are you two up for running again?
Sure.
Melody? Okay, good.
Yep, I am. Sure.
Good. And my secretary is Heather. Are you willing to do that again?
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Wow. We're getting formal here. Man. Okay. Does anybody else want to put their names in? Please. But no, seriously, anybody would like to put their name in, feel free to do that. Not hearing that, I will ask the committee to then vote for the officers outlined: Quinn, Melanie, Jason, and Heather. Okay,
Well, do you need a motion, Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
I need a motion.
Jeremy, I'll make a motion to approve the officers with this name.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other comments? Okay. Not hearing, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay, I am very proud to lead this group. It's been a long trip, and we're just starting to get into the real work of this committee and the real work on the school, too. But I thank you for your patience and your diligence. Can I have a project update? Mr. Colwell, please, sir.
Yes. So right now in the front of the school at the music addition, we're through the concrete and we're through the structural steel. So at this point, our main focus is the framing and the exterior sheathing of the building and up at the roof level. So we'll keep going with that through Thanksgiving. We'll also start doing some of the interior rough work that we can do while the building's still kind of a little exposed. So there's some minor work we can get the electricians doing. But we won't obviously be able to start sheetrock until we get the building tighter and heat into the building. We'll be starting the roof at the front music addition as well before the next building committee meeting.
Okay.
In the back so we're making progress. Every time something opens up, we're jumping on top of it, starting the next step. In the back for the kindergarten edition, we're going to be finishing the structural steel this week, and then our next step will be framing the exterior, framing up at the roof, and then the same thing where we need to put the exterior sheathing on, followed by the roof. The masons lined up for December, so by December building committee, we should be close to our starting brick. We should have the roof going on the building, and we should be focusing more on interior work and, kind of opening up and trying to get going on the stuff we need inside the building as far as the rough work. So, starting to put in the hangers for the MEP systems, starting to put in pipe that we can, and starting to look at, scheduling ductwork deliveries and items like that.
Good. Hey, Sal, while he's talking about that, where we stand in the district now in terms of hybrid versus none versus full-time? Do you know?
We're maintaining on the modified schedule the AB cohort for elementary school and the hybrid for the middle and high school.
Okay.
There's discussion, but there's no decisions that I'm aware of changing that in either direction of going virtual or going all in.
Because I understand today they announced that Easton Reading Joe Barlow was closed. Okay? And they were closing down a lot of other schools in our area. And I was wondering if that...
And they are.
Pardon?
Yeah, no, they are. They're and it's typically because they don't have enough staff.
Okay.
We're still doing well in that account, from my understanding.
Good.
Tom,
Okay.
this is Jessica.
Yeah.
Do you want? I could give you a little more info.
Oh,
if you
good,
like.
Jessica. Good.
Sure. So yeah, like Sal said, the plan for now is to stay in hybrid for all levels. and just kind of see where things go. Obviously, Mike Cummings is keeping an eye on the numbers. He's in constant communication with the health department at the town and at the state level. And, I think in some instances, schools that are closing down not only because of higher COVID numbers, but because they have staffing issues, because some schools have a lot of staff in quarantine, and substitute teachers are almost impossible to find in the entire state, if not the entire country right now. And so sometimes there just aren't enough staff to be able to fill the positions, which is why they close down and go to full remote, because then the staff can be teaching from their homes if they're in quarantine. And so far right now we haven't been in that position. We do have some staff in quarantine, but we've been able to cover it with existing staff and with the substitutes that we can find. So that's kind of where we are right now.
Oh, great. I appreciate the update.
Sure.
As far as we're concerned, then we're going on with our plan. And Rob, I assume you will stay close to the information as it impacts your construction schedule. So.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. Luckily, to date so far, we haven't had any impacts directly on site with any exposures or anyone being sick, and so far too, we haven't seen really too many major delivery issues. So we're continuing to monitor.
The checkpoint that we put in for the workers in terms of the COVID, taking the temperature, has that continued to work out?
Yep. We continue to use it on a daily basis. So we're continuing to take advantage of it and, use it to kind of check before people enter the site.
Good. Okay. Questions from the committee? Anybody want to ask Rob any embarrassing questions?
No embarrassing questions. Just appreciate all the progress. It's great.
Okay. Any questions for Gilbane? Okay, not hearing any. Any other comments from the committee before we ask for an adjournment? Our next meeting is December 9th.
I just want to confirm the building committee members on this call are Tom, Jason, Norm, Heather, Melanie, Jeremy. Have I missed anybody?
No, I don't think so.
Great.
Okay. Good. Okay, I will now ask for a motion to adjourn.
Hey, motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Seconded.
Is that you, Heather?
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Okay. Everybody, have a great Thanksgiving and stay safe, please.
Yep, you as well,
Right.
Tom.
Good night, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Good night now. Bye-bye.